What I want to do is start with a sentence. So this sentence comes from a civil procedure class taught by Professor Maureen Carroll, who's wonderful. She has been a past recipient of what's called the L. Wright Award, given to the law school's best professor. And she gave out an exercise to a group of students. And the question was, does the court have something called personal jurisdiction over the defendant? So I want to give you the answer that was submitted to Professor Carroll. And this is how it begins. The reach of California's jurisdiction is broad per long-arm statutes. And the short distance between Nevada and California, depending on where in California, might make it seem as though California courts could exercise personal jurisdiction over White. White is the defendant. And Double Take could sue him in California. But given that White is not a resident / domiciled there, nor does he, to our knowledge, conduct business there, and we're seeing where this is going, unfortunately, nor did any of the activities related to the claim appear to take place there, same sentence, he could raise due process arguments against being sued there. I'd love for that to be a period. It's not. It's a comma, which means I have to keep reading. And practically speaking, it would probably be preferable to sue him in Nevada. Given that negotiations took place in the Nevada office. So any discovery materials, witnesses, etc. My favorite word or set of letters in this entire answer, etc. I'll save you some words. I'm going to be really concise and brief. Would be easier to obtain there. So I mentioned that Professor Carroll is wonderful. The news story about her winning the L. Wright Award actually included this headline. So Mr. Belovsky, can you read the headline for us?
Maureen Carroll chosen for 2018 L. Wright Teaching Award.
And then read this sentence.
Professor Carroll is a warm, welcoming, friendly, and kind presence at the front of the classroom.
Not if you write sentences like this. Then Professor Carroll transforms into a cold, hostile, antagonistic, and cruel presence at the front of the classroom. And this is no joke. Professor Carroll, before going to law school, graduated from Princeton with a degree in electrical engineering. She will booby trap your seats if you send in sentences like this, as will, at least in terms of the nature of the response, people like judges. So, Ms. Hadem, why would a judge not like reading that sentence?
So, first, judges typically understand personal jurisdiction very well, so they don't necessarily need to be described every part of the statute. And then second, they just want the answer clearly because they have a lot of cases that they're looking at.
Wonderful. I'm going to qualify what you said. In the first part, this is from an exam or sample exam, so it's a little bit different than writing for order. But generally, the idea is, would you write this to a judge? And your second point is very direct. Very busy people. We have things to do. This is going to hurt my brain if I have to sit with this. Other people who might not like this sentence. Hiring partners. Why wouldn't hiring partners like if your first assignment included this sentence?
It's sort of unclear. It's hard to follow. And then again, just the timing. They don't have a lot of time, and they just want it to be concise and clear.
A great thing for a hiring partner to do, or any partner, supervisor, take your stuff, forward it along. I don't have to rewrite it. This thing, I'm going to have to spend some time on. than public interest world. So, Mr. Belovsky, why would a public interest, say an executive director of a public interest organization, not be a fan of this is how you represent their clients?
I mean, the same thing. It's not clear for them. It's too difficult to actually understand what's going on and then pass it along to the people they're trying to communicate to.
Perfect. And we can apply this to your clients. Nobody likes this kind of thing. Now, lots of thought went into this answer. There's a lot of information, but we really need to draw a distinction between, say, proofreading and editing. Because if you look at this closely, yes, it's a run-on sentence, but there's not really typos in there. This isn't a proofreading error. This is an editing error. And we're going to really try to explore this distinction because I think it will not only help our writing, but also help our thinking.